There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another scene for the Sept of Forgotten Stories, a Werewolf the Apocalypse venue set in Dublin, Ireland. In this scene, we have Maeve. Maeve has a couple of things that she's going to be doing. Namely, one of them would be to tell her mate that she's going to go off by herself, which is just probably going to go over swimmingly. So what is Maeve doing right now?
Maeve is probably, in the kitchen of, their house cooking.
Amazing.
Because,
So
that she does that when she gets nervous. She's not looking forward to telling him this.
so Bailey by now knows that Maeve is a nervous chef.
Mhm. We're more so baking.
Oh, she's baking. That's even
Mhm.
worse.
There's a lot of cookies.
So Bailey will come in and he will furrow his brow and he will look around at the cookies and he will look to Maeve. What's going on? You're baking.
What?
Are you baking for the entire sept?
What? I can't bake without something being wrong.
No. No, you can't. Because literally every time you bake, there's something wrong.
Not
Or you're
not
or
every
you're
time.
or you're nervous about something because okay, so what do you need to tell me that's probably going to upset me? Because I know that that's probably what this is.
So, you know how I had been investigating the the thing with Annie?
Yes.
I might have found the sept that he comes from,
That's good.
and I might be going there.
You might be going there, or you've already made plans to, and you're telling me rather than asking.
I already bought the plane ticket.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not like I need your permission. I'm a big girl.
He raises a brow. You're also my mate.
Yes, I am,
And
but that doesn't mean I need your permission.
fine. Don't bother talking to me before you solidify plans, because that's just common respect that you do when you're with somebody. But go ahead, go off by yourself. It's fine. And he will storm off upstairs.
Bailey. She turns the oven off. Literally, mid cookie bake. And goes upstairs after him.
He is in their bedroom, pacing with tears in his eyes.
She is going to come over and just wrap her arms around him.
He stiffens. He's very hurt.
Your mom has made sure I'll be safe. Someone's gonna meet me.
It's not the point, Maeve. You did all of this without talking to me at all. It's not that you need my permission.
I'm sorry. I should have talked to you.
You know that I'm not the type to just. He shakes his head.
She has not let go. She still has her arms wrapped around him.
You are pregnant and you're going away by yourself.
Be okay.
Yes, I'm
Promise.
going to worry, but
Come with me. I've got enough saved up that I could buy another ticket without a problem.
I can't get my own ticket. Could have gotten both of them.
I know. Yeah.
He relaxes a little bit.
If you're worried, come with me.
What's the sept?
The sept of Freya's beauty.
He smiles.
Now I understand why your mom knew I'd be safe.
He nods. I do. I still wish you'd talk to me about it first.
I know. I'm sorry. You know how I get focused on things and then forget everything else.
I know, but I'm your partner. We're supposed to talk to each other and make decisions together, especially when it involves you going on a plane by yourself. just would have liked to know before.
I'm sorry. She'll reach up and just kind of stroke his cheek.
He
I should have
leans
talked
into her.
to you, and it won't happen again.
He nods. And he'll lean in and kiss her gently. I love you.
I love you too.
And he'll wrap his arms around her.
She kind of takes one of his hands and puts it on her belly.
He smiles.
Because they would have probably just started moving, like, noticeably at this point. And one of them kind of kicks his hand.
He gasps. I felt that.
How do you think I feel?
He nods. You're getting beat up from the inside.
I am.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. He just hugs her.
It's honestly one of the weirdest feelings on the planet.
And there's two. How? Jeez.
I don't know which one of them it is, but one of them likes kicking me right in the bladder, and it's not very nice.
I all of a sudden feel the need to apologize to my mom.
I don't know which one of them it is, but one of them has a bad habit of kicking me right in the bladder, and it's not very nice.
Which means it'll probably be a ragabash.
No. Okay, could we not?
They could end up different auspices, like me and my sister. Could have a ragabash and a therge. Or a... Yeah, it doesn't matter either way. He like, wait a minute. He goes, wait a minute. Yeah, nope. It's crescent moon on both sides. But our luck, we'd get both ragabashes.
That would be our luck, and not sure I'm looking forward to that. I've dealt with Liam my whole life.
He just nods. Oh, fuck me if they're like Liam. Shit.
Yes, and Liam is their cousin. He's gonna want to be involved in helping raise him, which means they just fucking like him.
Am aware of this fact. Yep. Shit. I mean, he's their cousin by marriage, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna be an influence in their life. It doesn't matter if they're related to him by blood or not.
Oh, I just figured out what they're gonna be. I looked up the moon phase.
Oh shit, what are they?
If they're both born on Valentine's Day, they will both be Galliards.
Oh, thank fuck.
If one is born on the 15th, they will be a Philodux.
Ooh. Very cool. So they won't be getting ragabashes.
Nope. It would have to be pushed back another week for that. Because the new moon is on the 22nd.
Okay.
22nd and 23rd.
It's funny. Oh my god. Yeah, if they're both Galliards, they'll be like their grandma.
Or a Galliard and a Philodux.
Both of their grandmothers, because I'm pretty sure I made Maeve's mother a Galliard. So that would be fitting.
It would be. You know, she's gonna pull out her phone. And it's gonna fucking Google it.
Well, the actual due date is what? March 9th?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go look at March. Whoo! Arun.
Ooh, fuck.
It does not matter whether they are born a day early or a day late.
It's
that is peak full moon. The 9th.
Fuck. God damn. This is a good thing they're gonna be born early.
Kieran, no.
What?
Fucking hand down the back of his damn diaper.
Bailey looks to Maeve.
Oh dear.
What?
So I just looked up what the moon's gonna be. The day of the doom.
What is it?
It's a full moon.
Oh fuck! I don't.
They're not ragabashes. They're runes.
No, of course they're the polar opposite. Oh no!
I'm not sure I'm prepared for that.
Well, no wonder one of them. Wonder one of them's kicking the fuck out of you. He's angry. Damn it.
And it
I
doesn't
don't.
matter if they're born a day early or a day after. They're both going to be Aruns unless I'm in labor for at least 2 days.
Well, they're twins, so they could be born early.
True.
Let's kind of pray for that. I'm gonna commune with Gaia myself.
I don't know if I could handle 2 Aruns.
Please don't befall us the fate of 2 Aruns, gracious Mother Gaia. I can't. I'm a Philodox. No. No.
You're a Violet and I'm just one kinfolk. I'm not sure I can handle that.
We have a lot of help, but still.
We do, but that's a lot of rage.
It is a lot of rage. That's a lot of rage. 2 Aruns. That's. He rubs the bridge of his nose.
Well, here's to hoping they come early.
Hope so. Fuck. Oh my god.
Normally, I would never say I wish they came early, but
maybe they'll come a little early and they'll be Galliards.
Why not a Philodox? I'm pretty happy with the one I've got.
Are you kidding me? Do you think I want to raise myself? No. No. He shakes his head. No. Fuck.
I mean, turnabout's fair play.
He furrows his brow and looks at her. No. Oh, they are.
Stop it.
There's no guarantee that they'll change, but
this is true.
But even so, the moon that you're born under, whether you change or not, still does sway some of your personality.
That it does.
Although, even though there's no way that Hayden would be a Philodox if he changed, or would be a Ragabash if he changed, the fucking kid acts like one.
Considering I'd have been a Theurge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which would have made both my brother and I Theurges.
He nods.
I think we're a little more similar than I care to admit.
He nods. Yes, he is my packmate. I am very acutely aware of how similar you two are.
Oh, I don't know. The fact that we both fell in love with Gonzalez is 6 years ago and are just now getting the fucking guts to say something.
To be fair, had Nate said something 6 years ago, that would have been creepy.
Fair.
And it wouldn't have been... I mean, I'm not...
It wouldn't have just been illegal. It would have been... Or creepy. It would have been illegal.
Yes, but if I had said something to you 6 years ago, it still would have been... There's not as much of an age gap between me and you as there is between Nate and Avery, but still.
I mean, I would have still been 16.
Okay, well, that's fair.
I'm not as much of a baby as your sister.
Well, no, I know. Didn't I just say that? I'm still, what, 5 years older than you?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her lie to you. She knows down to the day exactly how much older you are than she is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Avery would have been if she'd had a first change.
I don't know. My guess would be a
Now he,
galliard.
now he has to remember. Now he has to think if he can remember her fucking birthday. Which I don't actually know it out of character. So, what day
Hang
is
on.
her birthday?
Fucking Ninika. I cannot find the character sheet. I know it's in here somewhere. Where'd it go? Fuck my life. I don't fucking remember what it is, but I do remember I made her a fucking galliard.
Okay. Ugh. Sounds good. Okay. But Bailey will nod and he'll say that definitely makes sense because she's just like our mother in more ways than she probably would like to admit.
I mean, I personally love her mother. I don't see anything wrong with being like her.
He grins. It's hard to be compared to your parent if you're a lot like them because then it makes you feel like you're not your own person.
That's fair. She
So,
kind of bites her lip, looks down.
what?
It's just I kind of envy it a little bit.
He nods and wraps his arms around her. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I know that. I I'm still sorry. I can't imagine what that's like. I don't want to. I don't want to imagine life without one of my parents.
As much as I love my aunt,
He kind of frowns a bit.
She was never exactly the parent type.
No. No, she's not. I don't know that woman has any maternal bones in her body.
I certainly don't think so. She didn't with me.
I don't think she did with her daughter either. Saoirse says that she's gotten better over the years, but if this is better, wow. I don't even want to imagine what she used to be like.
She was extremely traditional.
He blinks. How extreme are we talking?
I'll put it this way, had Nate and I ended up with you two when she was like that, the looks we would have gotten from her
would have probably made me want to snap her neck.
probably.
He nods.
Especially considering the chair.
Yeah. Well, then I'm glad that she's at least that much better.
And I'm not sure how she would have reacted back then about Victory.
Well, she seemed. I mean, I'm happy with the decision that she made. But if she was that traditional then, it might not have mattered the circumstances.
I don't think it would have mattered to her back then.
Fuck. That's horrible. She had like she would have had like what, no empathy for anybody?
No, I don't think so.
How did your uncle put up with that?
I don't know.
He shakes his head.
Honestly, I think they'd be better off apart, even now.
That's what Saoirse keeps saying all the time. She says as much as she loves her parents, she thinks that they need to find their own happiness apart.
Neither one of those two have been happy in a very long time.
I guess from what she said, they were forced together. Which sucks.
Not uncommon. Especially amongst really traditional Fianna families.
I'm glad I was born Shadow Lord. And born to the parents I was born to.
I am too. I'm glad Nate's is open-minded and amazing as he is.
Something tells me with the way that your aunt was, sort of made sure that the two of you turned out a lot more open-minded.
Well, I avoided her as much as I could. That's why I ended up spending a lot of time at home.
How is your dad?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't checked on him. I still haven't told him that you're my mate or that I'm pregnant.
Why don't you go do that?
She swallows.
Do you want me to go with you?
No. I don't want anyone seeing him. Like, I probably will see him.
Are you sure?
I'll be okay.
Okay. If anything goes wrong, you call me. I'll be right there.
I don't even have to unlock my phone to call you.
He smiles. He wraps his arms around her again and kisses her. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, go. I will finish your cookies.
I did kind of turn the oven off.
I will save your cookies.
They're
And
probably about half-baked.
he goes down to the kitchen, like practically runs to the kitchen to save the cookies.
They need saving. She turned the fucking oven off halfway through cooking them.
He is such a fucking chef. It's ridiculous.
I guess they just gonna just talk to your dad. Fuck me.
Oh god, I gotta play him like this.
Maybe
I
I
know.
want to do this.
No, but it's kind of necessary.
It is.
Okay. Oh, come on. My mouse is derping.
It happens.
There. So. Oh. Maeve goes over to her dad's house,
Mm-hmm.
which she does have a key to. It's not like she would probably expect him to open the door anyway.
Exactly. If she knocks, she doesn't expect a fucking answer. She half expects him to be passed out.
The house is a wreck, like normal. It smells like he hasn't taken the trash out in a while. And there are empty whiskey bottles everywhere. Why don't you make me a stamina check? Yeah. Make me a stamina check at difficulty 7 because you're pregnant.
Fuck me. She has 3 stamina now, at least.
That's good.
Because we upped that.
Yes, we did, because, you know.
Reasons.
Reasons.
2 successes. She's good.
She's good. It smells really bad, but she's not going to throw up. The TV is on, and Owen is passed out on the couch.
That's
with a bottle in his hand.
Expected.
With a bottle in his hand.
She is going to start moving around the house and picking up. Taking out the trash and, putting laundry in the washer.
Oh yeah, that hasn't been done in a while either. Some of those clothes smell like that they've been thrown up on.
Yep, she's putting laundry in the washer and taking out the trash and doing all the things that he should be doing.
She go upstairs or does she go into his room? I imagine that she would go into his bedroom.
Fucking afraid to. If it's like this out in the living area.
Right. Actually, he doesn't spend a lot of time in the bedroom.
Yep, she will go into the bedroom to, put away clothes that were probably still sitting in the dryer from the last time she did this.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Um, so when she goes to put stuff away, uh, make me a perception alertness roll.
I gotta pull up her character sheet. I got lucky and actually remembered, what her stamina was, but
You should always have your sheet open when you go to play your PC because you never know
I
when I'm going to ask
know.
you for a dice roll.
I know. At me, woman.
I am.
You love me.
I do.
This is not a great dice pool. Difficulty?
Standard.
Okay.
6. Jesus Christ, what did she get?
4 successes.
Wow. Okay then.
All 4 dice she had succeeded.
Um so as she's putting stuff away, when she goes into the closet, she happens to look up and she sees behind some other stuff, she happens to catch a glimpse of a box that looks sort of old and is marked with the letter R.
Furrows her brow a little bit, and I'm assuming she is too short to reach this without,
She needs a
stepping on
step
something.
stool. Yeah, she needs a step stool, which she knows that there's one in the utility closet.
Yeah, she will go get the step stool because, curiosity flaw.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that you're just going to give into that.
Yep.
Oh, otherwise, it would be a Diff 9 roll. So
Yeah, she gives into her curiosity flaw and uses the step stool to, pull this box down.
it's not terribly heavy. It's got some stuff in it, but like it's complete. It's sealed up, not like with tape or anything, but um, like it's closed so that you can't immediately see into it.
Yeah.
But so it's not like heavy or anything. So she'll get the box down. What does she do with it?
She will go over, sit down on the bed, and open the box.
Okay. The first thing that she sees on the top of the box is a blanket. It looks like a baby blanket.
She is going to further inspect the baby blanket.
She pulls out the blanket and it looks like it's knitted very expertly. And embroidered on the blanket is the name Rhiannon.
She's going to furrow her brow. Because she doesn't know anyone in the family with that name.
The Does she keep looking in the box?
She does.
There are a few articles of clothing that seem to be like, the stuff that you would keep of your baby's firsts, like their first sleeper, first onesie, first set of like little socks. Further in, there is a picture. It's of her mother and father and a baby that does not look like it's either her or Nathan. The baby looks to be about 4 or 5 months old.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of furrow her brow in confusion. Because that's definitely, her dad and her mom. She's at least seen pictures of her.
Oh yeah, she has. At the bottom of the box, she finds a birth certificate. And on it has the name of Rhiannon O'Brien and mother and father are Owen and Neve. And the date of birth is, let's see. She's the same, she would have been the same age as Saoirse, 28, so 4 years prior to when Nathan was born.
She'll bite her lip.
Or 3. 3 to 4 years, like between 3 and 4 years, somewhere in that range of.
She's going to pack the stuff back into the box.
Well, there was one more thing.
Oh dear.
With the birth certificate, it was also a death certificate. And the obituary that they put in the newspaper.
Maeve bites her lip. She did not know about any of this. Not that, her father was ever lucid enough to tell her anyway.
She gets the feeling that the only other people that might know about this would be her aunt and uncle.
Yep, and they never said a word.
Nope. Probably because Owen asked them not to, but still, they did not.
She will pack the stuff back into the box. She is going to take this with her.
Okay.
Because she's going to make a shadow box.
Oh. Owen doesn't wake up.
She's going to go out and put the box in the van before she comes back in.
To make sure he doesn't see it if he does happen to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Good, because that would kind of be bad.
And she's going to finish kind of picking up and taking out trash. And
yeah, as she's getting the rest of the stuff,
kind of checking through his mail to make sure that, bills have been paid. And
he has at least managed to do that much to make sure that the stuff that needs to get paid does get paid, because he needs to keep a roof over his head. But other than that, anything non-essential doesn't get opened or paid attention to. As she's kind of finishing up, Owen does stir, and he sits up and puts his hand on his forehead Fuck. Oh, my fucking head.
There is a bottle of water and Advil sitting next to him.
I see the magical hangover fairy has visited me again. And he looks around for his daughter.
She is doing some, last minute cleanup in the kitchen and putting, she had brought some leftovers from the house because she knows that he's probably not going to eat if someone doesn't
Mm-hmm.
fix something for him. So
He takes the Advil and uh, drinks the water. He actually downs the water because his body is telling him that he fucking needs that shit.
well, yeah, he's probably dehydrated as fuck.
Well, yeah, because he
Alcohol
believes that
dehydrates you.
he believes that the only liquid that should be drank is fire water.
But yes, his daughter's in the kitchen putting away some leftovers for him.
He gets up and um, he's a little wobbly. And he kind of shuffles into the kitchen.
Last time he saw her, she probably still had her natural hair color.
Mm-hmm. He blinks and he looks to Maeve.
Her back is probably still to him.
Mm-hmm. Am I dreaming or did you dunk your head in a ball of Pepto-Bismol?
She will take a deep breath and glance back at him. It's called hair dye.
What'd you need that for?
Because I like color in my hair.
Your hair color's just fine.
Well, I like it pink.
He just kind of shakes his head like, whatever. How are ya?
Doing really good, actually.
He nods.
I've got a mate.
Oh. Who is it?
Bailey Gonzalez.
He nods. Oh, that's good. Good.
Nate has a mate too.
That seems to surprise him a little bit more. I mean, he found someone to put up with him.
Yes, he did.
And who the fuck might that poor unfortunate soul be?
Why do you act like that? Nate's a
Like
good
what?
man. Yeah, he kind of needed to pull his head out of his arse, but he had pretty good reason. And he actually did. Unlike some people.
He moves into the kitchen and looks for another bottle.
And by the way, her name's Avery. Avery Gonzalez.
He kind of looks to her. Are they brother and sister?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And not that, you're gonna care, but you're gonna be a granda.
That does seem to get his attention. I'm sorry, what?
She finally turns to him.
He looks and his eyes go wide. You're pregnant?
Yeah, I am. About 4 months. It's twins.
Wow, twins.
They run kinda heavy in Bailey's family.
He nods.
It's a boy and a girl.
Congratulations. He bites his lip.
Did the laundry. Took out the trash.
Thank you. You shouldn't do that anymore.
If I don't, it's just gonna keep piling up.
I don't want you to do it anymore. You're pregnant. I'll do it.
Fine.
I do appreciate that you did it. Thank you.
That I have been doing it since I was. Never mind.
He closes his eyes and tries to keep the tears forming in his eyes from running down his cheeks, but that doesn't work. They kind of come down as he closes his eyes. And he wipes the tears away.
You and Nate, you both have your terrible, unhealthy fucking coping mechanisms.
I um I think maybe I don't know what else to do.
Try and actually be there. Do you want to know why I fell in love with Bailey so much? Because his family was there.
I know I wasn't there.
You're not the only one who wasn't. Nate wasn't either. Saoirse left to get the hell away from her mother.
he he opens and closes his mouth a couple of times like there's something that he wants to say, but he doesn't know how. And he looks to the bottle that he'd gotten out of the cabinet and swallows.
God, she's so tempted to take that thing and fucking smash it against the wall.
I know that you're angry and you have every right to be, but please just listen for um, just I'm saying I don't know what to do.
Get help. Ask for help.
I don't know how to do that.
I'll fucking do it for you. Just like I've done everything else.
Causes him to look away and more tears come.
If I find a treatment facility, will you actually go?
He nods. I'll go. I don't want to do this anymore.
And I'll start looking when I get home.
Thank you. He wants to give her a hug, but he isn't sure if she'll accept it. So he just kind of stands there awkwardly. Can I give you a hug?
She bites her lip for a second before she gives a little nod.
He goes over to her and gently wraps his arms around her.
Yeah, if she's only 4 months, that is definitely twins.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is quite the little belly she's got going.
Yep. I'm sorry, Maeve.
Don't tell me. Show me.
He just nods. Um, one of the reasons why I drink is because I can't sleep unless I do.
I might be able to help with that.
Your mother, she was the only one that could get me to sleep. She made out of some herbs and stuff. She made something that would help me sleep.
I'm an herbalist.
He looks to her. You are.
She nods in more ways than one. Traditional herbalism, but kind of bites her lip. I also dabble in hedge magic.
He shakes his head in almost disbelief. You are your mother's daughter. Then he just starts crying.
I'll bring you back something tonight. I keep all of the ingredients in the garden anyway.
He nods.
I sometimes have to use it on Bailey because he tends not to sleep if I don't force him sometimes.
He's stubborn, huh?
That he is.
He nods. I would like to meet him one day.
Well, let's get you in treatment first, and we'll go from there.
He nods. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and make her roll for that.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. It's only 2 successes, but I only need 1, so...
There you go.
She will actually, go back to the house and mix up her little herbal concoction for him and bring it back. Because she needed her garden.
Mm-hmm. While she's gone, he does put the bottle back in the cabinet, and he sits on the couch, and it
The house
feels
is
like
clean.
an eternity. Because he's been awake for a while and he hasn't had a drink yet.
She comes in with the little dropper bottle.
He bites his lip.
A drop or 2 should be enough for 8 hours of sleep.
I figured it would be the same instructions. Thank you.
There's a lot that it's going to take a lot to make up for everything.
I think I would drive myself crazy trying to make up for anything. I'm just gonna move forward and try to be better. I can't take back the last 20 years. And soon, not today, I have some things that I want to tell you.
May bites her lip. Just got a pretty good feeling about at least what one of those things is.
Mm-hmm.
She's a really bad liar.
He looks to her. What?
It's nothing.
You know, normally you can sneak that by me, but I haven't had a drink in several hours now. My brain's not so fuzzy, so I don't. What is it?
I found the box.
He pales because he knows exactly what she's talking about.
I was putting the clothes away that I did last time, and I found it.
I must not have. I must not have put it back well enough last time I was in it. I suppose I should explain that.
It'd be appreciated.
I meant to tell you both together, but I can tell Nate, or you can later.
Don't get angry, but I've got the box. I'm gonna make a shadow box with stuff.
As long as you bring it back.
Well, I'm gonna be making a shadow box out of it, so it'll be a little different, but
Will I still be able to take stuff out and touch them?
she nods.
Okay. You had an older sister. Her name's Rhiannon. When she was about 6 months old, she died. And no one knew why.
Sits.
That's what they said. We were devastated. And got we got rid of most of our things except for the stuff that you found in the box. And after your mother died, I couldn't handle. There's a lot more to it, but having lost both on top of other things, I didn't deal with it well, obviously. So I opted not to speak of it. And I asked Colin and Eileen not to speak of it either. Which they obviously kept their word that they wouldn't. Because you didn't know. I'm sorry. I really hope that that's not anything that you have to experience. I don't want you to have to go through losing a child and a mate, and I hope that doesn't happen for you. I don't wish that on anyone. When Nate was born, we held our breath for the first year of his life. The same with you. But then, when you were a year old, your mother died. Because the septa was attacked by black spiral dancers. She died in defense of the sept. That that brought little comfort. Colin, he said that he would help and look after you too. And I shut down. And I shouldn't have. Seems, in a way, you and Nate lost both of your parents that day. And I can't ever make up for that. I can't. But I can try to be better now and be there for you and your children.
At least Nate had some memories of you and of Mom. I didn't even have that.
He nods. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
I'm gonna look into treatment facilities.
He nods. Okay. I promise I'll go.
She doesn't say it, but she's thinking I'll believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk to Alyssa, if anyone knows somewhere that I can send you, it's her.
Who was he's really not been to the Sept, so he has no idea who's there.
It's Bailey's mom.
He nods.
And basically mine for the last 6 years.
He bites his lip. Okay. I will take some of this and try to get some actual sleep. Thank you, Maeve. I know I don't deserve any help that you're giving me. Just thank you.
Regardless of everything, you're still my da.
He nods. I love you.
I love you too.
He hugs her again before she leaves.
There was some very clear hesitation there, but
Mm-hmm.
and she will head out to the car and drive to Sept. First, she will sit in her fucking van and cry for a good 30 minutes.
I can imagine. Oh, fuck my feels, man. See, I knew we would turn this into a feels heavy scene somehow.
Right? It's you and me. What do we
Yep.
fucking expect? Yeah, she will go straight to the cup house, and her eyes are still red and puffy.
As soon as Alyssa sees that, she is going to her. Maeve, what's wrong?
I want to talk to my dog.
She sort of tenses a little bit. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No. Hell, for most of the time he was passed out.
She'll nod.
He wants to get treatment.
Her eyes widen. Okay. Wow, I'm surprised.
He was even sober when I left.
Wow. Okay. Um, I actually know somebody. She's a tribe mate and a friend. Um, she's she's in the U.S., but she is a Garu, so it won't take her very long to get here. Um, though her her facility is in the United States. She might be able to do some, either get him into somewhere here or treat him herself. I suppose I can just call her and see what happens.
I'd appreciate it. Of course, I'll believe he's actually going to get treatment when I see it.
Of course. But we can at least make sure that we do everything in our power to make sure it happens. And she will pull her phone out. She looks at the time because, it's they're in Dublin. She's in the United States.
Right.
Let's see, it's what, evening probably now? Or
Probably.
even late evening probably.
So
Okay.
it's probably early afternoon.
Cool. So Cordelia should be on her lunch break. She's going to call her.
Alyssa?
Cordelia,
Long time no talk.
I know it's been a while.
What can I do for you?
Well, my son's mate, who's been like a daughter to me for the past 6 years, her father, he's an alcoholic.
Oh dear.
And he's finally agreed to get treatment, and you were the first person I thought of.
Okay. You know what? I will just come over there and we can talk about it then.
That would be great.
Because trading patient info for the phone, not a good idea.
No, it's not. That I was hoping that you would at least come here and
I'll
we
come
could
there.
figure.
I'll meet him.
Okay. I look forward to seeing you.
I could say the same. I will have to see if our moon bridges are already connected.
Is out of characters Cordelia at the same?
She probably would have stayed in New York if.
Oh well, if she's in New York, then Alyssa will say.
It's the fucking stuck to the green, so.
Okay, yeah, Alyssa will say. They are. I know this for a fact. Our tail singer was over there for a while.
Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't mean Saoirse, do you?
I do. The very same.
I'll be damned. her and my younger sister were kind of close.
Well, why don't you bring her with you?
She should be able to do whatever it is she does. Over there, just fine.
She'll smile, and Cordelia can even hear it. Like,
Good. Then I should probably be there tomorrow. I have a busy night tonight, but tomorrow's my day off, so.
oh, well then, perfect timing.
Oh, I don't know if I told you. Declan and I got divorced.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm. There's only so much you can deal with a man who is so envious of everything.
That is true. I am very glad that Sebastian is not that way. So we're still very much together.
Good. How are the kids?
Good.
I know Avery stopped by a couple of times when she was here.
She well, she is she's doing well, all things considered. She was in an accident while she was over there, and
Oh,
she's in a wheelchair. And actually, I'm I am really glad I called you because we I'll fill you in
just
on
fill me in tomorrow.
yeah. See, I'll tell you tomorrow. Um, but yeah, so and then Bailey, Bailey and Avery are they both have mates though. So um, with Saoirse's cousins,
Oh dear.
they are brother and sister,
Uh,
and Bailey is with Nathan's sister Maeve, who is Fiona Kinfolk, and Avery is with uh, her brother, her older brother Nathan,
oh dear.
who is a Theurge.
Oh. Well, clearly she's got good taste.
She does. Oh, he's sweet. He is 6 years older than her, but
That's not terrible.
no. But considering that I know Avery has had a crush on him for 6 years, it would have
Fair.
been a big deal
Indeed.
any sooner than now.
Indeed.
Sebastian
Well,
probably would have killed him.
I don't
So
doubt it.
Sebastian, I think, wanted to kill him anyway when he asked us to take her as his mate the other day.
Oh, jeez.
You should have seen the look on his face, the look he was giving Nate.
You mean his typical Shadow Lord stare?
I do. I do mean that. And his son has gotten that same look.
Uh, why am I not surprised?
Bailey is his father to a T. And Celeste is she's attempting to find Javier.
You can practically hear her eyes widen.
Mm-hmm. She's actually gotten pretty far.
Wow. Color me impressed. Would have thought that was a trail long cold.
Apparently, they found some clues in Pangea.
Well, with any luck, she'll be able to find him.
I hope so. Anyway, I'll
I
see.
will see you tomorrow.
So I will see you tomorrow. We will do all of the catching up.
Yes, because there's a lot to catch up on.
Yes, there is. Okay. And she will hang up the phone.
Yep.
And Alyssa, she'll look to Maeve and she'll be here tomorrow.
Wow, that is a lot sooner than I expected.
It's her day off. And our steps are connected, so
Well, I guess that works then.
it does.
The sooner the better.
She's She and I have known each other a long time.
Can't be that long, you're not that old.
How old do you think I am?
We are only as old as we feel.
She kind of gives her a look.
And right now, I feel pretty freaking old. Because all of my joints hurt.
Come on, I'll make you some tea. And yeah, Alyssa's pregnancy tea is amazing. It takes care of all of that pain.
I have mine at home. It is not nearly this good.
She smiles. You keep working on it, it will be.
No. Sit your butt down. You're fine.
Cordelia is a very good theurge. I am tempted to try to convince her to stay and take up our newly vacated Right Master position.
Oh. Well, with any luck, she will.
Yeah, he left the other day.
Fucking ass. Should
He
have
left.
slapped him when I wanted to the other day.
He left the pack. He left the sept. He left Rose. Kids.
Yeah, well, that's because he's an arse, and she deserves a hell of a lot better.
She does. If I ever see him around here again, I will not be very nice.
As I said, I should have slapped him the other day when I wanted to.
You should have.
And
Rose
just
has been
fast man. No, no, not a man. He's a boy.
Rose has been spending a lot of time with her youngest because she's not handling it very well. You know how much Bella adored Adam.
She nods.
So she's taking it very hard, which is to be expected.
Probably gonna go check on her.
Would probably be a good idea. Sebastian has been, but you know, he has to work and
And I sensed there was more to that.
she blushes.
Alyssa?
Maeve.
What are you hiding? I'm not blind or dumb.
I know that. I'm not insinuating that you are. It's just um
Then come on then, out with it.
well, you know that uh Dev they brought the woman that he rescued with him, Samara.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that she
And
said her name,
oh yeah, Meg's already figured it out. She's just, waiting on
on her
Alyssa
to
to come out and
confirm,
fucking say it.
and I know you already know. Why are you making me do this? She smiles. And we have a very strong connection. And not just me and her, but all three of us. Me and Sebastian and her.
As long as you're happy.
I didn't think that I could get any happier, and then she walked into our lives.
Well, good. I'm glad.
I just don't know how some of our Phyllodoxes might feel about it, even though we're both women.
It's not like you can make medicine.
I know that, but you know, to some it doesn't matter.
And by some, you mean, my aunt.
See, your aunt.
Trust me. I know.
I know that she's not as strict as she used to be, but I still don't know where she stands on this sort of issue.
I could poke.
She smiles. If you would like to poke, I won't say no.
I think I will, just to see where she stands.
She'll nod. And
Not
she'll help.
asking for anyone in particular.
No. She gives her a hug.
Maeve will return the hug.
So between
You,
all
me, and
of
the wall.
that. um well, I have asked her to help me with the cubs as well as you, but you can't help much longer.
No, things are starting to get a little difficult.
Indeed. So don't think that
Besides,
I'm.
I'll be gone for about a week.
You will be gone longer than that.
That's what I expect. I'll be gone, but I mean, here, coming up with the little trip that I'm taking.
Oh, right. That. Yes. Did you tell Bailey?
I did.
And how did he take it?
He wasn't very happy.
I'm not surprised. Is he okay now?
He is. When I left him, he was rescuing the cookies that I had.
Were you stress baking again?
Maybe.
How many cookies did you make?
Maybe 4 dozen?
Oh, tell Bailey to bring those to the Sept. I will give half of them to Pounds.
Pounce
She
hasn't been taking any of our food.
what?
I even tried giving her profiteroles and bacon.
Okay. Uh, I will talk to her. That's very unusual.
I believe her exact quote was, "No two-leg food."
Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to be a lot more hands-on with her, I think.
I think it has something to do with the battle.
With what happened.
She nods.
Seeker told me a bit about what she had heard her say. I can see how the behavior could confuse her, especially since she doesn't know a lot about how humans operate. But I did not realize that it was such a problem. So, thank you for telling me. I will speak with her myself and see what I can do. She may need to talk to professional.
Probably.
I happen to know one who is a Garu.
That's Symphony, right?
She nods. Yes, she's had a rough time with things as well. The last of her pack died during that battle.
I'm surprised she's still functional, honestly.
Me too.
I saw how Bailey and the others were.
When they lost Sky,
Sky.
and we lost Lorcan.
Still can't believe fucking Braun couldn't be arsed to show up to his own son's funeral.
Oh, I can. That man is insufferable.
At least his sister and his niece showed up.
She smiles. They did. And I couldn't help but notice that Kieran.
He's been acting significantly less grumpy.
He has been. But before that, he would avoid them. I caught him actively trying to avoid them. But it was not an avoidance out of any disdain.
You don't think he...
She just grins from ear to ear. He has known the McFenns his entire life.
And now he is...
Probably sleeping with one of them.
He's sleeping with Braun McFinn's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that Karen and Braun McFinn used to be best friends?
I did know that.
And that
Where
he even...
Trish's hubby got his name.
Indeed. Then several years ago they had a falling out. And now he despises him.
Isn't stopping him from sleeping with his daughter.
It sure doesn't. Though part of me wonders if he's pursuing it out of spite.
I certainly hope not.
I don't mean maliciously, but just sort of the icing on the cake, if you will.
That would be a nice little,
I caught the way she would look at him and vice versa when they weren't looking at each other.
Well,
so I think that maybe finally they stopped.
Well, the old man needed to find somebody.
He did.
He was actively being a grump on purpose.
Well, you have a trip to get ready for, and I have a
That is
guest,
another
two
one.
guests to prepare for. Fuck. Last, Cordelia and her sister. I told her to bring her sister because she knew Saoirse in New York.
If they need a place to stay, I know the Cub House is pretty full.
Uh, it is, and
We have a couple of spare bedrooms that we're not using yet
she nods.
because it's a 4-bedroom house.
It is. Thank you.
Well, if she's gonna be, helping my dad, it's the least I could do.
She smiles.
Especially for putting up with his arse.
Well, hopefully he doesn't give her too much trouble.
Hmm. It's him.
That's true. No guarantees.
He's almost guaranteed to be a pain in her arse.
Okay, that's fair.
He's been a pain in mine
All
for
right.
21 years.
I know.
And I'm only 22.
Alyssa will actually go and get uh, some of the tea and put it in a canister for her.
Oh, thank you. This is going to be a lifesaver on the plane.
That's precisely why I am giving you so much of it, so that you have enough while you're gone.
Should only be gone for a week.
Well, if
Return flight is already booked. It's not
be
like I'm
careful.
going to find some reason to stay.
No.
I've got all the reason in the world to come back.
Of course. Just be careful. Even though I know you won't be harmed there, it's still a worry.
Your husband was supposed to get me a silver scalpel.
I hope you plan on packing that in your checked bag.
Of course.
I am pretty sure that he did get that. Just have to poke him. I will.
I mean, I'm sure you've been doing plenty of that.
She blushes.
I swear, your son's rubbing off on me a little too much. I wasn't like this.
You were not like this before. It's okay. I mean, Sebastian and I were active, have always been active, but it's been a bit more so lately.
Well, there's more than 2 of you now, so
There is.
that makes sense. I'm not sure I could do it.
It's not for everyone. And
I
if I'm being honest, it's even though It's hard.
I honestly I feel like if I saw anyone with Bailey, it would just
She nods. I know. It's it's hard to explain. I think it's because she and I have a connection as well and had it first.
can't imagine having a connection with someone other than Bailey.
I
Not in
couldn't.
that way.
She nods. I couldn't imagine having a connection like that with anyone other than Sebastian, and it slapped me in the face. I'm not saying that you will or anything like that. I'm just wasn't something that I prepared for either. But now that it's happened and I wouldn't give her up for anything.
She smiles a little bit.
So
Anyway, I should go. Got a lot of stuff to do before I leave.
you should. But make sure that you come back tomorrow so that you can meet Cordelia.
Yes. And get her back to the house if she decides to stay.
Yes. Okay. You go.
She'll hug her.
She hugs her back tightly. I love you.
I love you too.
And since this scene has gone for over 2 hours, we should probably end it here.
Probably.
So, I'll put my S
We'll
here.
do her checking on Rose at another time.
Yep. So with that, I thank you, player, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time.